Okay, I'm back. But Scorpio rising is ruled by the genitals, so people may automatically think sex when they look at you, even if you are the most innocent person, even if you are, and you're also confident in your own sexual identity. I've found from Scorpio risings, they love to talk about sex, and they are one of the most comfortable and confident signs in their sexuality. They have spent a lot of time exploring it, experimenting it, digging deep within it, and trying what they like and don't like, and they're very bold in their own sexuality. A lot of Scorpio risings I know, and coming from my own personal experience, I took the time to explore my sexuality. I realized that labels don't mean anything, that maybe I'm bisexual, maybe I'm straight, maybe I'm a lesbian, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm just bi-curious, maybe I like to do this or that. And having all that knowledge and experimenting helped me find out who I am, because before I experimented in that, it was always up here, it was always in my head, and I wasn't sure what I liked and what I didn't like. I just had an idea of what it would be like in my head. But when I went out in the world and I experimented it with different genders, with different experiences, with different acts, I found out for myself, okay, I really like doing this. This makes me feel good with this person. This makes me not feel not so good. So I'm not going to do that, but I am comfortable in my own sexuality. I kind of like to get that shock reaction from people by joking around with it, because I feel like Scorpio risings, we just say what everyone's thinking. That's why a lot of people can be a little bit off-put by us. They can feel like, oh, like, wow, they're blunt, or like, wow, did they just say that? But come on, guys, we're all thinking it. We all have like little innuendos. And Scorpio rising, they're very playful when they talk about sex. They're very like, ooh, they kind of like make little jokes and like roll with it, or they like go deep. And because they're so comfortable in their sexuality, it provides a safe space for people to, one, make jokes about it and like laugh and have little innuendos about it, build that little small talk, that little secretive, playful energy. But also it provides them a safe space to talk about their sexuality, to talk about like, I don't know if perhaps I'm bisexual, or I like to do this. Is that weird? Is that strange? I want to dress up like a guy sometimes, but I don't know if people will accept me. I want to dress more like a girl. I don't know what I want yet. And for me, as a Scorpio rising, I give people advice, and I feel that I'm like, hey, like, just try a whole bunch of stuff out. Just try it all. And then you're going to know when you dress a certain way and you don't like it, and then just move on to the next thing. Or you're going to know when you experiment and you don't like it, move on to the next thing, and then just keep trying it. And then you'll figure out what's your vibe, what you like. But anyway, Scorpio risings, you guys have the most magnetic eyes. I have found from my personal life, Scorpio risings, men and women, tend to have darker eyes. Now, that's not to say they all have brown eyes, but if they have green eyes, they may have a rim around that green that's darker around the edge right here, and then just regular green on the inside. Or if it's blue, they might have dark blue eyes with a dark blue rim around it. And then brown, like I have light brown eyes, but it's dark around the rim, and then it like changes color within, and it pulls you in. It's magnetic energy. Their eyes, when you stare into their eyes, you see a glimpse of who they are, because Scorpio risings are very protective over their privacy and their secrets and their personal knowledge, their personal power. They're empowered when they don't let people know everything that's going on in their personal life. They really crave that, and they really like to protect that, because they feel sometimes a little bit paranoid, but also safe when others don't know exactly what's going on, because it gives them time to process for themselves what they're going through. Sometimes Scorpio risings, they may be going through a traumatic event. Maybe they're moving in a week and they don't know if they're going to like this house yet, and they don't know if it's the right house for them or it's the right career. They're starting a new career, they don't know if they like it, so they'll keep it under wraps. If someone asks them how their career's going, they're like, yeah, they'll give them like a little snippet of information, a little crumb, but they won't show them the whole meal, because they're trying to figure it out for themselves, and they want to present it in a way when they are strong, when they're in their power, because they are very strong signs, and they want to keep up that persona, keep up that energy, because they are strong to a core. So when they're going through something where they feel a little bit insecure about, when they feel a little bit scared about what they're going through, they don't want to show, that side of them. And it's all about growing and evolving. I've found the more transparent I am with others, the more I'm vulnerable and show others how I really feel, it does build a bond and a connection. It allows them to feel how they feel. So we do work on that. But Scorpio risings, magnetic eyes, beautiful, beautiful, drawing in magnetic eyes. When you look into their eyes, you see their entire soul, but you don't see all of it. You just see what they want you to see. And it's beautiful. It's like looking into a book. It's like looking into a movie. It's like falling into the ocean. You see so much pain. You see so much joy. You see so much playfulness. You see so much hurt. You see so many stories that are untold within them, kind of swirling around in the ocean. And you just want to know more. You're like, tell me more, baby. Tell me more. I know you're holding back. And that will just cause them to hold back more. But if you really like a Scorpio rising, my advice to you as a Scorpio rising is share something personal about yourself. Share your passion. Share your depth. Share your deepest, darkest secret in a safe way. And let them know that you will never betray them, that they are safe with you, that you are their ride or die, that you are their friend. And really mean it. If you are fake and you're just trying to get information from them, I advise don't even hang out with them. Don't even try to do it, because they're going to know what they're doing, because Scorpio rising is a water sign. So it's ruled by water. So they have very strong intuition and psychic abilities. Now, when I say intuition, that means feeling out the energy of a room, listening in the space in between what somebody is saying, and maybe not even listening to the words they're saying, but their body language and what they are really trying to communicate through their feelings. Like someone may say, I'm having a bad day, but the Scorpio rising is also catching, perhaps they're really not upset about this bad day, but they're upset about a week of bad experiences, and perhaps something really traumatic happened to them 2 days ago, and they want to connect, but they don't want to share this information of what happened, because they don't want people to let them know that they were weak, and that they maybe they really liked a girl and that girl turned that person down. And they don't want to share that, but they do want to share their pain, so they're making up an excuse like, oh, I had a bad day, going out and running errands, or this job didn't follow through, so let's talk about that, so they can have that connection. So Scorpio risings will pick up on that, where another sign may not pick up on it at first. Not saying all signs can't pick up on this, because we all are blessed with intuition, but I feel Scorpio rising, it comes very instinctual and easily for them to pick up on intuition and read in between the lines. Now, Scorpio risings, they do go through a lot of trauma. Trauma is one of their themes for life, because the Scorpio is the phoenix rising from the ashes. It is transformation. It is darkness into light. You can't have light without going through the darkness. So at a very young age, they may have been through a traumatic home experience. They may have come from a dysfunctional family. They may have been in a physical abusive relationship. They may have been with a partner that was domineering. They may have moved a lot. Maybe they had a bad experience with a teacher, some kind of trauma, a death in the family. Maybe somebody moved to a different country. Something very traumatic did happen to them when they were younger, and then it may have continued while they were a teenager to a young adult. But then once the Scorpio realizes that these traumatic events are an opportunity to grow, that's when they can kind of get into it and heal and learn from it and teach others through their pain. Because a lot of people won't listen to teachers if they're just spitting facts. But if a Scorpio rising is like, look, dude, I've been through some heartache. I've been at the lowest of low, and I had no money in my pocket, and I was drunk, and I was on drugs, and I hated myself. But I pulled myself up out of that, and I learned how to love myself, and I learned how to accept myself, even when I had no financial help, even when I had no job, even when nobody was there for me, not even my family, not my friends, nobody. I was down in the depths. I was suicidal, and I found that light within myself to pull myself out of that, and I went out there and I secured the bag, and then I learned how to love myself and not to desire a relationship so bad, and to move past this heartbreak and learn how to truly accept myself the way I am. That is inspiring, and that helps people. So once Scorpio risings get out of they don't really have victim mentality, but if they have a tendency to kind of stew in it, they could. But most Scorpio risings, they know this already. Once they pull out of it and transform, they can share their stories with others, their personal experience and their passion, their depth. Scorpio risings are also very good with music. They are known to be musicians. I have known two Scorpio risings that play a different instrument. One plays an electric guitar and the bass and acoustic. Another plays the drums and sings. So, and for me, I love music. As a Scorpio, I love listening to music. I love singing. They're very artistic because of the water sign, so they may enjoy painting, drawing, anything where they can channel all their passion. Because Scorpio risings, they're a water sign, and they have so much passion and so much emotion, but they're very guarded with their emotion because they don't let their wall down. They want to hold up this strength. So it can be frustrating and challenging when they hold all these emotions inside, but they feel like, oh, I can't show my friends that I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling jealous. So what do I do? What do I do with all these crazy emotions? I don't want to be negative. I want to grow. I want to transform. So what the Scorpio rising does, they will channel their passion. They will channel their heartbreak. They will channel all the pain, all the hurt, all the love, all the happiness into a specific part of art. May that be writing. May that be art. May that be painting. May that be sculpture. May that be gardening. May that be going out in nature. May that be fire spinning. May that be writing a song, making a beat, playing guitar, skateboarding, anything. YouTube videos, podcasts, anything where they can use their voice, where they can put their artistic touch, where they can channel all their passion, all their feeling into something in a magnetic, powerful way, will be very beneficial to Scorpio rising. And I found that myself because I did go through a really intense time in 2019, really all my life, where I felt my emotions and I didn't know what to do with them. And I felt pain and I felt heartbreak. And I felt sadness, and I felt very hurt and betrayed sometimes, and I didn't know how to channel it. So I even found myself writing, and I wanted to write happy things because I wanted to feel happy, but it felt so fake. It felt so authentic. I wrote happy things because I thought other people would like them, and when I would start to write from my heart, from my pain, and channel that, I would feel like it was too intense. Nobody would read it. They would think that I was weird, or I was strange, or I was like really depressed when I wasn't. I was just going through a depressive state. But now I learned to write from my heart, and people will understand that. But after 2019, during that time, I did engage in a lot of drinking, a lot of substance abuse, and I felt that it was to numb my feelings because I didn't want to feel them. I didn't want to feel heartbreak. I didn't want to feel hurt and let others show that I was hurt. I didn't want to feel the sadness. I didn't want to feel alone, loneliness. I didn't want to feel anger. So I would drink. I would just drink and drink and drink. And then I would just end up crying at that night, or I end up getting in a fight or get in an argument. And after I did it, after a while, I noticed this pattern. And I was like, this isn't even making me happy. If anything, this is causing more problems. I would smoke cigarettes. And I was like, this isn't making me happy. I'm starting to feel gross smoking all these cigarettes. I'm starting to feel weak because I have an addiction. And that's not me. I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm very strong. So once I stopped that, I quit drinking. I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit substances. I quit all of that. I even quit taking like Tylenol, PM, and Benadryl. I started to notice a change within me, because then when I felt my emotions, I did not have a substance to go to, so I was forced to confront them. And because I was forced to confront them, it felt really uncomfortable in the very beginning, and I didn't like it, guys. I didn't like it, but my brain was like, okay, you're feeling these emotions. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with these emotions? So I would grab a pen and paper and I would write it all out. Or I would record a video and I would get it all out, everything on my chest. I would make some art. I would sing. I was singing from the heart. I would sing about my pain. I would talk to people, and I would really talk to them, like connect on everything that was going on inside my heart, inside my soul. I would skateboard all night to get out all that rage, all that anger, all that pain, all that happiness, all that joy, all that passion. And I started to notice a change. and everything started to flow more, and I started to become more emotionally intelligent, more emotionally mature, and to respond rather than react to people. Now, I will say sometimes I do lose it and I do react to people. My Mars in Leo comes out, and that Mars energy in Scorpio rising comes out, and I'm like, ooh, what'd you say to me? But I have gotten better at responding, and that's also because I do meditate for 5 minutes every morning. So if you're Scorpio rising and you are feeling challenged by your emotions, I do highly, highly recommend meditating. And when you're meditating, don't reprimand yourself for your mind wandering. See it as an opportunity to notice, oh, my mind is wandering right now. Let me gently take it back to meditating. This is an opportunity for me to practice meditating. Cool, my mind's wandering, let me bring it back. My mind's wandering, let me bring it back. Kind of like a game. Make it a game. Make it fun. We're so serious as Scorpio risings, and we feel like we have to be. We have to put out the shell of seriousness. And, just have more fun. Be more playful. So Scorpio risings, another thing I love about you guys have wonderful style. You guys can pull anything off. Scarlet red lipstick looks really good on Scorpio women. Black looks really good on Scorpio rising men. Hoodies, deep colors on Scorpio rising men. I really enjoy greens on Scorpio rising men, deep blues, white. Surprisingly, white looks very well on them. Silver too. And Scorpio rising women are so, so beautiful. Their lips really stand out. So if they wear black lipstick, it looks amazing. They can go alt girl, they can go goth girl, they can go soft girl, they can wear something cute and bubbly, and they still look beautiful and amazing in it. They just have that magnetic pull, and their energy is so, so, so beautiful. Some physical characteristics of Scorpio rising is they may have a sharp jawline, be that man or woman, very sharp jawline, long nose, a nose that kind of forms their face. I do notice that they do have very full lips. Even if their lips are thin, they are full. And their eyes, of course, talked about the eyes, magnetic. They also do have arched eyebrows. But Scorpio risings, they do kind of look, I feel like the bird would be a good way, like kind of they look like a hawk. In the best way. They're beautiful, wonderful, but they kind of look like a hawk ready to grab their prey. And I've noticed they do have even if they're a woman, they tend to hold themselves in a masculine way, but that's not to say they're not feminine. They balance out their energy quite beautifully, especially if they're evolved Scorpio risings, but they do have a very masculine front. Scorpio rising is power ruled by Pluto, so when they walk in a room, people will mistaken them for the manager, for the boss, for somebody who is something, and this is really beautiful. And an opportunity for Scorpio risings to say, yeah, let me talk to your boss. Yeah, let me talk about this position. And when they speak, I have noticed you always want to know what they're saying. Even if you don't understand it, even if you don't vibe with it, they have that magnetic energy, that special something where you want to learn more. You want to see what they're hiding, because it looks like they're hiding something all the time, but that's just because they're ruled by Pluto and Mars, and Pluto rules the subconscious, which rules secrets. So perhaps it is because a lot of people tell them their secrets. So if they're holding secrets from 10 people, and then 5 people from their childhood, and then 10 from their adulthood, and then a couple secrets within them, they're holding 20 people's secrets. So that's a lot of energy around their aura of secrets. So you're like, ooh, what are they hiding? What they doing over here? What's up with these secrets? But Scorpio risings, you can trust them with your secrets, because they would rather die than tell a secret, because they want other people, if you are lucky enough for them to tell them a secret, they really want you to keep their secret because they're protective over it. And so they believe in karma. So if they have a secret that someone said, hey, don't tell anyone this, they will keep it to their grave. They will keep it to their grave. Scorpio risings do have a tendency to sometimes feel a little bit revengeful. It may just be kind of like a spark, their first thought, but that is only for unevolved Scorpios. Really, and that's any sign that's unevolved and negative can tend to have that tendency. But Scorpio risings, for the most part, they might just have this flash when somebody does them wrong, oh, I want to get even. But that's just a thought that goes through their head. It's just instinctual sometimes. And then they'll slow down. They'll be like, do I really want to do that? I believe in karma. I've been through a lot of trauma. I've observed a lot of people, because they're the master at observing. And I've noticed whenever people take revenge, it doesn't feel as good, and I don't feel as good, and then I'm going to be thinking about this late at night. I don't think I'm going to do it. So for the most part, Scorpio risings might think about revenge, but they usually don't go through it unless they do it when they're younger, and then they're like, oh, that didn't work out, and they move on. Scorpio risings are amazing teachers, amazing lecturers, amazing life coach. Anything in front of the camera, they really take up space. They're excellent performers. They are excellent spiritual advisors. They are really good at healing. So they could be into Reiki healing. They can be tarot readings, amazing tarot readers, amazing. Everyone with a Scorpio in their chart, I've found, is very accurate Scorpio is a very accurate tarot reader. And they're very good at building others up, encouraging. They're the one that you want to call when something intense happens, where you don't want to share with your friends who gossip a lot. You don't want to share with a friend who might open their mouth. You want to share that with a Scorpio in a place that's judgment free, and you know they've seen some shit. So you're okay with like letting them know a deep dark secret or a really traumatic thing that you don't want to get out. You will call a Scorpio rising. Scorpio risings make amazing friends because even though they're deep and they're dark and they're passionate and they're a little scary, a little intimidating to other people, once they are your friends, they are so loyal. They love you because Scorpio risings, they do not take friendship lightly because they got all these secrets and they got all this information and they don't put out their personal business. So when you're their friend, their true friend, one of their best, closest friends, they will let their walls down because they're letting you in. They're letting you in your personal life. They're telling you what's going on. So they build that trust with you. Excuse me. They will hype you up. They will love you. They will see your best qualities. They will have a judgment-free zone. You can talk about like sex with them. You can talk about trauma with them. You can talk about your day. You can talk about fashion. You can talk about your dreams, your hopes, and Scorpio rising will support you because they feel all that passion within them, and they know they're going somewhere because they're a powerful sign. They know they will become famous or they will become rich because Scorpio risings are really good in real estate and with other people's money. So that means if they are in a position where they handle money, they're a CEO, they're an entrepreneur, they are a businessman, businesswoman, maybe just like hustling on the side, they're very good with people's money, so they can give you advice on that. And they like to listen. They like to have deep conversations with their friends. And they're also very playful. They like to go have fun. They like to go have fun and escape like that serious world and the facade they have to put up sometimes. And when they let their walls down, they're comfortable with you and they know they can trust you. Then they're like, okay, I'm going to be silly now. I'm going to be playful. I'm going to like build you up. I'm going to encourage you. They have, Scorpio rising, they have this childlike adventuring, this love of like everything beautiful. And some people might see like a rock, but a Scorpio rising sees a beautiful mineral and it's the first time they've seen it. They're like, oh my God, I love this. So Scorpio risings, they are magnetic, wonderful performers. There are a lot of celebrities with the Scorpio rising placement, like John Kerry, James Franco, Mila, I don't remember her last name, but you know who I'm talking about. She's dating Ashton Kutcher. A lot of Scorpio risings. Ooh, here's one. Prince, Scorpio rising. Padme, the girl from Star Wars. Don't know her actress name, her real name, but Padme, Scorpio rising. George Clooney, Scorpio rising. Very charismatic, very charming, holding presence, holding space. In my life as a Scorpio rising, I've went through traumatic events and grown through them. I have found a lot of love and hate. I have went through a lot of betrayal when it comes to friends. I have went through people putting out my business. I have went through falling out with family members and then coming back to them. I have felt pain. I've put my heart on the line and had it broken a few times. And I've went through bullying when I was in high school. I often felt weird. I often felt strange. I spent so much time wondering why people always looked at me when I walked in through the door, and I really didn't like that. So I would try to make myself smaller. I would try to not put on makeup. I would try to wear clothes that were not as bright, not knowing that the darkness pulls people in. I would try to be quiet so maybe people wouldn't notice me. I wanted so badly not to be noticed because I didn't like the spotlight, and I didn't like people with their eyes on me because I had been bullied before, I'd been criticized before, I'd grown up and been criticized a lot, so it made me feel very scared and uncomfortable. And then I realized that people were drawn to me and they're going to accept me or not, so why don't I do what I want? Why don't I do what the fuck I want? Why don't I dress how I feel good in? Why don't I dress how I feel happy? Why don't I say what's on my heart and my soul? Why don't I chase my passion? Why don't I just throw myself out there? And if they love me, they love me. If they hate me, they hate me. I don't care. I'm moving on. And once I kind of grew into myself and accepted that, it really drew in my soul tribe. A lot of weird people that I love, a lot of people that accepted me, a lot of astrologers and spiritual people, because I'm a tarot reader and I'm a YouTuber and I'm also an astrologer. So I've found a lot of friends like that. And having these deep conversations with my friends, it's like the weight of my heart. Any deep conversation I can have with a man, woman, friend, romantic interest, family, business, I instantly really dig that person. And I build that trust. So Scorpio rising, the weight of their heart is connection. True connection, authentic connection, something that has substance, something that means something, not that regular schmegular, how was your day? What did you do today? What are you doing for your job? Who are you gonna marry? No, like that, like, you know what? I saw some intense shit a year ago and it really fucked me up. That's how you bring them in. Or, you know what? This is my real passion. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is who I want to be. I want to be an actress. I want to be a famous YouTuber. I want to be a singer. I want to change the world. I want to help people. I want to start a fund where I can help people in poverty. I want to start this wonderful invention and change the world. That's how you will get there with a Scorpio rising. And just listening to them too. Creating a space with no judgment where they can say everything on their heart and accept their secrets without judgment, without saying, that was right, that was wrong. Oh, are you sure you're feeling like this? Don't ever ask them, are you sure you're feeling like this? Or ever say, you're too emotional. They don't like that. They don't like that because even though Scorpio rising is an amazing poker player, wonderful poker player, best poker face in the world, they could be going through some shit. They could have just got fired and you would never know when they walk through the door. But if you ever label their emotions as too much or not there at all, or say you are too emotional, they will instantly shut down and shut you out of their life and move on. Because their emotions are a part of them so deeply, they have tried to run away from, they've tried to block out. It's either you accept me or you don't. So provide a space where they can be emotional without judgment and be like, yeah, and relate to them. And allow them space to talk. And allow them to talk about whatever they want without judgment, without reprimanding, without criticizing, without projecting, just space. And they will give you the same space. They will give you a space where you can lay it all out and they will accept you. And they may give you some advice. And they do have a tendency for being too blunt sometimes, but they also give you really good advice, and they are nurturing, and they are healing, and they will tell you you're amazing and you can do anything your heart desires, and you should go for your biggest and wildest dreams because you will make it, because I know I will make it. And I'll be damn sure if you're my friend, you're going to make it too. So Scorpio rising, very lovely. They do have a tendency, they could be models, beautiful facial features, very symmetrical, sharp jawlines, magnetic eyes, healers, spiritual teachers, musicians, artists, dancers. Once Scorpio rising use their magnetism to help people and spread their knowledge, they will really go far in life and they will make it financially. So that was my take on Scorpio rising. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate all of you for coming to my first podcast. Let me know if you like this in the comments, and please leave a review if you like it. All right, see you later. Bye.